Hello, hello. Thank you to everyone who has already entered for my very little giveaway. But obviously, I've had a lot of people say, now I've got the hang of this binding, can I do another tutorial, which I'm more than happy to do. But I've kind of done mine a little bit differently. So I'm going to show you my method. Now, my method works a lot better if you decorate your pages after you make the booklet, because it's a little bit more tricky to get the pages in an order the way I've been doing it. But to get my head around it, I've got a system that works really well for me, so I'm going to share that with you. I was obviously looking for things to do to make this, and I thought I'll have a little look and see if I can find a couple of nice kits that would work well. And I found this one, which is a really nice kit. I have absolutely no idea which Etsy shop it's from, but I will link it in the description below this video. So this worked really well. But the one I'm going to use to show you what I did today was this particular one, which I have picked up this morning from Rachel at RoxyCreations. And the reason I wanted something with a collage or something quite neutral is because I have Ceri's amazing washies, and they're very bright and colourful, and they are very beautiful. But I'm going to use these as my tabs. So I have printed all of these kits, 2 per page, including this tape from Ceri. And I've cut this out, and I've cut it into little pieces, which are of about, they're just about 3.25 inch centimetres. So about 3 centimetres. So I'd imagine this is about 1.5 inches. So I've cut it into strips, and I've mixed them up so they're not going to be in any particular order. Okay, and you can see it kind of looks nice and bright and colourful in amongst these kind of more neutral pages. So that's what I was looking for when I was looking for these kits this morning. Oh my days, I looked at hundreds and hundreds of kits this morning. But these are the 2 that I decided on. Now, these are both done in a bit of a different way. So if I've got a couple of spare pages here. So I printed 2 per page. So that's a page, folded it into half, and on this particular journal, all I've done is I have glued up. If you don't glue down the spine, it gets a bit bulky. So I literally just glue all the way around like this. And that's it. That's my page. So I've printed onto heavyweight matte photo paper. So I've got a beautiful crisp image because it's a photographic paper, and it's also really quite sturdy when it's folded in half, and that works great for this. You can use paper. I did try and use some paper. If you wanted to do this without a kit, you can book pages folded in half. Perfect, absolutely perfect for this. Now this particular one, I've done exactly the same, but what I've done is I've sewn along 3 edges because I had intended on putting this through my sewing machine once I put the tabs on, but that won't work. So I could have sewn down here as well, just sew all 4 edges, but I'm going to leave that edge unsewn because I think that's going to just make it, you know, it's just how I'm going to do it. Just how I'm going to do it. So I've got my pages. The only thing I want to make sure is this is my front. The rest of them, when I show you how I do this, they may or may not end up in this order once it's together. So I'm going to show you what I do. Now I'm going to use 3 and then 2. So this is going to be a 3, this is going to be a 2, that's a 3, that's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 2, that's a 3, and this is my last page. So I'm just going to put that out of the way and forget about it for now. And I'm going to bring back my 3s. Because I'm going to try and keep it in this order, I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to take my first one. So this is my 3. These are all 3 tab pages. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little strips and I'm just loosely folding them in half. I'm not creasing them with a really strong crease. I'm just loosely folding them in half. I'm going to glue one side and then I'm going to pop that onto my page about halfway. And then I'm going to get another one and fold that and glue half. And obviously you want to make sure you put the glued half onto the page. Okay, and I'm just going to grab another one. And I'm not trying to match these up, these little tabs. You could use fabric like I did in the other book. You could use any papers, obviously. This is, again, these are printed onto heavyweight matte photo paper, so they're quite strong. You could probably use washi tape if you wanted to tape that. Now I'm going to take my second 3 and I'm just going to line that up with my first one. Okay, and grab a tab, loosely fold it in half, glue. This is very repetitive. I will probably speed some of this up and I'm going to glue that to my next page, lining it up with the first one roughly. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just roughly. Next one. And it's a heavy breathing day today, so I apologise if you can hear my breathing. It's just a little bit of an asthma-y day today. Don't know why, because it's certainly not hay fevery days, not anymore. So that's the second one. And then I'm going to bring in my third and do exactly the same again. You get the picture. I'm sure you're kind of getting the picture. And this is why I prefer to decorate the pages afterwards. These would make fantastic glue books or art journals, or there's so many things you could do with these. You could do this same process with tags. So you have a tag book. That would work perfectly as well. And then here's my last one, which is going to be my front. So that's part 1 done. I'm going to put those aside. Actually, I'm just going to temporarily keep this first one. And now, oh, I can't remember how I did these, but anyway. Right, okay. So I'm going to line this page up like I did with the others and fold my little tab again. But this time I'm going to put it where I want the second lot of tabs to go, which is obviously in between those third ones, the ones with the 3. So just giving it space to make sure we've got room to fold these tabs over. So just lining them up in between our 3. Now we don't need that one anymore. And I'm now going to do the same process that I did, but with the 2 tab pages. So I'm going to speed it up from here. made a bit of an error. I've glued the tab onto the wrong side, so I'm just going to fold that over, and now I'm going to put the tabs on the unsewn edge. Take two. Okay, so here are my 2s, and here are my 3s, and here is my one with nothing. So that one with nothing, we're still leaving that out of the way for now. So I start with a 2, okay, fold that over, and then I'm going to take a 2, and then a 3, and then a 2, and then a 3, and then a 2, and then a 3, and then my back cover. So my pages are now in order. Okay, so I'm going to put them down and then fold one. So this is a 3, and then I fold over my 2, and I'm just going to tap them to get them in order. Now the 3 is the one at the bottom. Okay, so the one at the bottom is the one we want to glue. So we're going to glue our top, middle and bottom. Now, I hope I'm not confusing you. My brain found this a lot easier to do it this way, rather than put one page on top of another and try and work out the tabs as I go. I find it much easier to work in stages. So now I've got my 3, and again I'm just going to tap these to line them up. So the one underneath is now a 2 tab, so it's the 2 that we need to glue. Okay. So now we have 3 tabs to glue, and we're going to pop on our 2 tab page. Okay, so we're going top, middle and bottom because the 3 is underneath. I'm sorry about my other bracelet, I've only covered one up. I've only just started wearing this one again. Okay, so that's the 2 is going to be glued next, so we're going 3 on top, tap those and glue the 2. I mean, once you get into a rhythm, it's actually nice and easy. For me, this is the way I have to do it. So on go the 2. So if you get stuck, all you've got to do is lift it up and you know which ones are underneath. So they're the ones you're gluing. You're gluing whatever is underneath. Okay. And we've got, oops, last one with 3. Just gonna line those up, lift it. So we're gluing the 2. I mean, it's worth lifting up every time just to double check you're gluing the right tabs down. Oh, how funny if I did one of these wrong now. It wouldn't be funny. This video probably wouldn't be going up. And then our last page, line that up, and the last tabs. I had to find a way to do this that worked for me. And this was it. You know, working out which tabs I need first. Right, now that's what it looks like. Beautiful, pretty, colourful tabs. And here are our pages. Now, because I forgot, obviously that's my little error, because I forgot to sew down the middle here, the front and the back page might be, actually the back page won't be, it's this front page. So you can see I've got a little little issue here because I didn't glue or sew. So I'm just going to run a bead of glue up there. And pop that down there. So that's not going to come out. Okay, so there we have it. I'm not actually sure if this is a cloth binding or a tab binding. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but that is my method for doing this. And now you've got these beautiful collage pages that you can work onto in so many different ways. You know, it's just, possibilities with this are endless. You could literally just leave it as this and you could glue on some quotes, some things like that. You could add your labels, you could add stickers, you can add all sorts of things. And I think once you get the hang of it, it is actually it's a really cool method to bind. So thank you to Rachel for this beautiful digi. Thank you to whoever it was that I got this digi from. Like I said, I'll just go into my purchases and link this shop down below, because this came up in a search. I just did a search for neutral background papers and this came up, and this one obviously I went straight to Rachel. So I hope that helps. We've done this whole thing in 18 minutes, which is a lot more successful than the last one. So like I said, you could decorate this in so many ways. Thanks for watching. I hope that was clearer than my last video. Thanks, Ceri, for the amazing washi tape. I really did appreciate those. And I will see you again soon. Bye.